Hey, what's going on, everyone? I want to talk about the Damon Darling situation. Damon Darling, um, comedian, social media personality, who's known mainly for being an awkward, generous person. I've been watching Damon for probably a year or two. I think a lot of his content is interesting, not necessarily funny, but interesting. Some of it is funny, but most of it's just interesting to see how people handle his approach. Um, and that then turns into the humor versus it's just him being a funny person. Usually the humor is the person's reaction. But nevertheless, he has been notified that he has been banned from Walmart. He, I think Walmart is probably his number one place that he does his, I guess you can call them skits or videos or whatever it may be. Um, and I for one, am in support of them banning him. It's not for nothing, you know. Damon Darling first started off doing ignorant, immature, stupid videos just to go viral. You know, the one that's going viral right now, people are bringing it back up. One time he went and opened up a jug of milk and poured it all over himself in Walmart. Didn't pay for the milk, made a mess for the workers to pick up and clean up. But that's not the only thing. Um, Damon borderlines harasses people. And I think because he gives money so freely that people think that it's okay to harass people. Um, People don't go to Walmart to for you to make content and to make yourself financially benefit from their reaction. And I think this newer generation that is so obsessed with content needs to understand what boundaries are. Just because you can doesn't mean that you should. And just because you can doesn't mean that everybody is going to tolerate it. I think Damon is, I'll be honest with you, is fake and phony with how he's handled this. Number one, it is proven that this isn't just who he is. This is something that he has done and it worked. His first approach is not just going to Walmart and approaching strangers and giving them money. That wasn't his first approach. So the point that I'm making is that we see that there were already ambitions of being famous, going viral, being well known. His initial approach didn't work, which was being rambunctious and being your typical destructive YouTuber. So he changed it up and found something that worked and found something that people would um, would find wholesome. But to think of him as a naturally genuine guy when this is not, we don't have evidence that he has been that type of person ever. Yeah, I think it's disingenuous, and I think his approach to this is disingenuous. He went on and started talking about how people shouldn't promote, excuse me, how people shouldn't stop going to Walmart because Walmart may be able to give him a opportunity to sell his coffee. Come on, man. It's just all, everything to him is all about making a dollar. Making a profit off of everybody. Whether it's Walmart and their establishment that they've built up, or whether it's you as a person who doesn't know Damon Darling and who is not asking or consenting to be in any of his videos, that he involuntarily makes you a part of. And this video is not to try to bash him or counsel him or anything like that. This is nothing like that, but it's just I want people to realize you gotta look deeper than the surface. And when people try to make themselves seem like a innocent victim, you gotta look deeper. And there's usually a reason as to why a person or an entity has made the decisions that they've made. And in this case, I can absolutely wholeheartedly understand why Walmart made the decision that they made. And let's think about all the times where Walmart management has told him to not come into their stores, and he still would videotape. He still would record and still make his content. That in itself is disrespectful. You're not entitled to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, how you want to do it, especially not in anyone else's establishment. If you want to be generous, you see what Mr. Beast has done. I know you don't have the money that Mr. Beast has, but even on a smaller scale, Mr. Beast doesn't depend on Walmart, or he doesn't depend on people who don't want to be bothered. He goes to he has created an ecosystem to where people are interested in being a part of everything that he has built. And so if you're going to be a part of Mr. Beast's world, then you're literally going to be a part of Mr. Beast's world, not Walmart's world and not the stranger's world. And, so once again, just the point of this message, or the summary of this message, is everything is not always what it seems. Sometimes you got to dig a little bit to see the root of what issues and outcomes are. And in this case is one of them. Damon should have, as a man, should have said, look, I've done some things that just wasn't right, and I can understand why Walmart would want to ban me. And I wholeheartedly accept the punishment. But to act as if this is just random and he doesn't understand why, there's been many occasions outside of just the milk incident, it's been many occasions as to he clearly understands that he is out of line. And then now when they take a serious action, it's all of a sudden, I don't know why Walmart won't let me come back. You guys, please just ask Walmart to unban me, please. That's like a neighbor going to your yard and digging a hole and not covering the hole up. It's a minor thing. It's not going to make a huge difference, but it's still disrespectful. And you still shouldn't come on my property doing that. Do it on your own. So if you want to come to my property, you want to dig a hole, then ask me first and get permission first. And if I'm cool with it, then there's nothing for me to complain about. But anyway, that's my perspective, my view. I'll let y'all on the next one.